Hi everyone, it's Tammy and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome and thanks for joining in. I'm going to start a new series today and it is going to be kind of like my I Saw It on Pinterest series, except this one is going to be I saw this YouTube video and because I say that to my husband all the time because I'm always watching YouTube videos on junk journaling and I see all these neat ideas. And so I'm going to add this in to my videos now that I have an extra day off a week. So after this one, please let me know what you think and tell me if you like the content. And we'll see if we're going to continue. Today, we're going to make this little fold-out envelope out of a brown paper lunch bag. It has a pocket here, it has a pocket here. I put a little pocket here, and it closes up, and then it also will flip up. And it has another pocket here, and this of course is where you mount it to your journal page. The one that I made here as a sample to make sure I was getting my folds and everything right, I have used paper from Blue Fern. The one we're going to make for today, I am going to use a combination of this little paper pad that I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby a long time ago, and it's just been setting. I bought it for one particular sheet, this little damask, gray damask that I needed. And so all these other pages are very pretty and very cool, but I just never have used them. So I'm going to use that today in combination with this digital download bees from my porch prints. So that's what I'm going to use for materials. As far as inspiration, this little folder was done by Angela Kerr, and I will link her video below, and she is probably going to cringe if she watches my video because she is a very neat and clean junk journaler. Her stuff is beautiful. It's not grungy or anything like that, and so she's probably gonna just cringe when she sees me put the grunge to it, but you know, that's my style, and I do love her style. By the way, she is very precise in her videos. If you want someone to follow that does very good tutorials, she is definitely one. She measures and everything. So, like I said, I will link that below. And then we will get started on ours. You need a brown paper bag, and it can be, or a white one. This one was actually a white one that I had. But it can be any size, but it does need to be a gusseted bag. Okay, so if, and of course you don't want it too big to fit in your journal. This one would still fit really nice on the journal page. But it definitely could be smaller, you know, whatever you have. These are just lunch sacks that you buy at the store, and they come like 50 or 100 to the bag. And I have a ton of them, and so that was what really started me searching of what to do with paper bags, is because I have a ton of them. I used to make a little paper pad that kind of looked like a wallet that I would sell at craft shows, but I don't do craft shows anymore, and so I still have a ton of these bags. So I need to find a use for them, right? We need to use up our supplies. So like I said, you need one of these bags, and it needs to have the gusset at the bottom. And the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take that little part that's at the bottom, and you're going to fold it in half. You're going to fold, you know, half to the front and half to the back. So when you start, this is what you're going to have. You got your bag with the gusset in the bottom, half to the front, half to the back. And then I trimmed mine because mine had that little half circle right here, you know, for you to be able to open the bag. And so I cut mine so it had a straight line across there. That's totally up to you. I just, you know, didn't want to have to deal with that little half circle, so I cut it off. But then you're going to take your bottom part and you're going to fold it up so that you have about an inch from this fold, and make sure that, you know, where you're folding up, your flap covers it, like that. Okay? And that's all there is. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to start covering it, because, see, when you mount it to your journal, this back flap is where you're going to glue down. Okay? So, I'm just going to pick some papers out of what I have, and I think this fits really well with the kit as far as the colors go. She's got this one digital here. It's kind of got this kind of tealy color in it that makes this little file folder. And so that's what made me think of this paper pack. And I also knew that one of the papers in there, and actually two of them, both of these have kind of like the bee honeycomb, you know, kind of pattern. So I thought that would be cute. Now this piece of paper, this black and white one right here, this is from a different pad, but it's, again, one of those Paper Source pads from Hobby Lobby, just the, you know, 4x6 Paper Source pads. But I wanted a floral, because I felt like you couldn't do a bee journal having just a little bit of floral anyway. So I just pulled that one out. And this is like a pretty good representation of one of everything that is in the pad. You can see there's stripes and chevrons and polka dots and, you know, all kinds. So I think what I'm going to do on the front, I'd kind of like to do the polka dots, I think. I may do like this one here and then do maybe this opposite one here. Something like that. So let's do that. And I'm going to pull my paper cutter over here so it's closer to me. And I'm going to try to stay in frame while we're working on all this. And move the paper over here out of the way. Alright, so let me get a pencil. I'm going to leave just a tiny bit of the paper bag showing for a couple of reasons. One, I want everybody to know it's a paper bag. I mean, if we make something cool out of something that's not usual, is a unusual, can't speak, medium, or, you know, subsurface, we want people to know that, right? So I'm going to trim my width first, because I know there's going to be a piece left. I'm going to put my scraps over here. And if I trim my width first, then I know this little piece that I cut is going to be the right width already. So see, it's going to be the right width if I need a little piece somewhere else. Alright, so there's our first piece. And this is going to be probably the most time-consuming part. So I will try to get through this as quickly as possible. So we're not having a marathon video. Okay, and then I think I want this one just for a nice contrast with the little dots. And you can use, you know, any kind of paper for this. My gosh, I mean, the things you could do are endless just about. Did I just cut my, I think I just cut my mark off. Right there. You can see my great measuring, and like I said, you know, Angela does a really good job of, and I still can't see that, a really good job of measuring everything and giving you exact measurements. Most of the time I'm not going to do that because I don't do that as a, you know, as practice, general practice. I don't use a ruler, so I'm going to use art glitter glue on this because I feel like working with the paper bag is probably a better glue to use than a glue stick. I'm just gonna do it evenly. Man, I got that glue everywhere, didn't I? I'm usually not that messy with my glue. Okay, and you'll notice that this paper, I'm not going to ink the paper. I am going to ink around the edges of the whole thing once I get it covered, but I'm not going to ink the individual pieces that I'm cutting to put on. And I'm going just around the edges on this one. I think that's going to be sufficient. And it also allows that bag to move a little bit because you got to remember, especially on this top part, that, you know, it's got that gusset in it. So, all right, so now we're going to flip it open. And you got to remember when you flip it open that, you know, this is the up when it's closed. And this is the up when it's open. So if you have paper that is directional, you'll want to make sure that you put it the right way up. I don't. So, you know, it's really not going to matter. All right, so let's use, what do we want to use? Got polka dots here. And then we're going to have, let's use, I'm thinking about my pockets too as I'm going through, like, you know, because I'm going to be creating pockets like on the outside. So if I did this as a pocket and I did this as a pocket, you know, to do the, and you'll notice the cool thing about these papers, and one of the reasons that I loved them, you see the numbers and stuff stamped real lightly in there. Yeah, really cool kit. Okay, so if I do, I don't like that one. maybe this would be the place to do. Of course, I only have one flower piece over here. I could do something like, no, stripe. Okay, so I'm going to do this down here, and we don't want to get it too close to that fold. You want to allow, you know, this to fold up. So do this about right here. And let's cut them both to width at the same time. That way we can be sure that they're going to both be the same width. And that is not straight. What is up with me cutting straight? There we go. All right. So, and then I'm gonna just kind of pin that up. It's hard to see that. Sorry. I know I moved that down probably where you couldn't see. It's hard to see that crease. Okay, so this one needs to be about right there. And then this one needs to be just like it is. I think it'll be fine. Yep. Okay, so let's get those glued down. Pin this up so I can see my crease. Okay, sure I don't do that upside down. Pin it up so I can see the crease. Okay, now we need a piece for here. These aren't quite long enough. Nope. None of these are. So let's do, well, I tell you what, let's cut our pockets. And I think I'm going to do them opposite. So if we cut them And I'm not going to worry about, this is just regular paper. It's not cardstock. But I'm not going to worry about trying to strengthen it up or anything too much, because all that it's going to hold are, you know, some little lightweight tags, or, you know, maybe some journal card or whatever. So they're not going to carry that much weight. But what I am going to do, put these in my scrap pile, is I'm going to fold down the top just a little bit. Move up here where you can see. And glue that down just to give the top a little bit more weight, because that's where most of the pressure is going to be, is along that top edge. Oop, we want that one there. We want this one here. I'm just going to get all the pieces cut, and we may have to do another video to actually get it decorated and everything. I don't want this one to be too long. Now, I am going to go ahead and ink the top of this, because once I glue it down, it's going to be too hard to ink. And I am going to punch a little notch, and I'm doing them both at the same time so they'll be even. And this is just vintage photo. This paper doesn't ink very well. You know how you get some papers and ink it and it just doesn't have a good look to it. This inks very well. Okay, so let's put our pockets down. Okay, so there's our two pockets. Now let's find a piece that is going to look good at the top. I think it needs to be a piece that has all of these colors in it. So maybe we do something like that. Or I have this one. Or do we need to bring in just the black? Or the gray? Not the gray. The gray is no. Alright, let me look at my digitals here. I think we need to do some black. So it's either going to be, it's going to be one of these with black. It's either going to be this one. This one has all the colors. And this one has all the colors. And they all look good, to be quite honest. Maybe we should do, I'm thinking we should do this one. The first choice. I should have just gone with the first choice. Wrong piece. That one I think I got a little long. Yeah, I'm going to have to trim it off just a tad. If you do what I just did, and I know I'm off screen, but I have to be able to see. Be sure when you're trimming it not to cut your paper bag. You know, don't cut your paper bag open. Make sure that's going to look okay. Yeah. Okay. So there is our inside. All done. Got a pocket. Oh, in the other one, I did put like a little strip across here and made like a little pocket for like some tickets or something. And I probably will do that in this one too, but I want to use a piece of ephemera to do that. And so what I was thinking is, grab this sheet over here, using like, you know, something like this piece right here and putting it up there and leaving it open for you to stick something down in. So we won't do that right now, but that's my idea behind that. Okay, so now we have this much of it done. So we need to do this side. Now, on this side, you're going to flip up like this. So if you're using directional paper, you want to make sure that, you know, when you flip this up, that, you know, your image is going this way. And then this part glues to the page. So, I think I'm going to use this one. Because this would be a good place. We're going to have another pocket here. And this would be a good place because it's a big surface for that little file folder thing that's in the digital. And so I want to get some of this blue in there because we know that blue is in that B. Okay, and then we need to do our flap. And let's do we want polka dots? We haven't used the floral yet. That's too much. It needs to be something a little calmer with that wild paper. Okay, let me see this file folder. See, that would be a nice little place for that to go down into the pocket. So we need a yellow, something with a yellow, more yellow. Let's see if I have one I haven't used in here. Oh, look. We have this one. We use that. Let's do this one. Okay, so that one's going to go right there. Like that. And then we need a pocket here. We could use the same. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Again, I'm just turning down the top to make it a little stronger. And then I'm going to punch my hole. And go ahead and ink it. And I grabbed that from the wrong side. Always try to grab where I'm not going to put glue. Okay, so there we go. Let me see how much time we've used here. I gotta get up in my chair to see. Oh, we're doing good. Okay, that didn't take as long as I thought it was going to. All right, so let's cut this out. Sorry, I was reading what that said. I'm not going to put this on harder or cardstock or anything, I don't think. I'm just curious to see what this looks like in this pocket, or if it'll even fit. I will fussy cut all these things off camera. Let me put you through that. I just want to, I'm curious to see this one. Oh, I'm going to have to. Oh, I bet that's supposed to fold down like that, though. No? Yeah, I'm going to have to put something on that, because obviously that's just plain white paper, and that's not going to work. But for the time being, we'll put it this way. Oh yeah, see, that's gonna look cute. Okay, so this is our front right here. So we need to decide how we're going to decorate that. The way that I did the other one is, let me grab it here. I just took one of the labels that was with the kit, and I put some cardstock behind it to make it just a little more sturdy. And this is one of the die cuts that was in the kit, and I just glued it down so that, you know, you could lift it up and close it. And I like that because it's nice and flat. I'll probably do something similar here. Oh, one more thing. If you want to leave this open, you have this big gusseted pocket right here. I didn't like that, and so in this one, I glued that gusset together. So my pocket is just a normal pocket. And that is just, you know, that's your preference. But if you do want it to be just a regular pocket and not a gusseted pocket, then all you would do is glue this right here, which I'm going to do that right now. So you just want to take, I hope you can see that, glue and just run it, oops, not on the inside like I just said, just run it along that gusset and then just press it down, and that will close that up so that on the inside you don't have that big old gusseted pocket. And the reason that I did that is if I use this, or when I go to use this in a journal, I don't want it to cause any more bulk than what it's going to cause anyway. And if you have a gusseted pocket right there that, you know, you stuff full of stuff, then it obviously is going to cause a whole lot of bulk. Okay, another thing you can do on the inside, and you don't have to worry about doing this all the way down, but you see how you've got this and this on the sides? Take one edge of that, and you can do just the top, is fine, and glue it to one side or another. It doesn't matter which side you do, but they do the same side on both sides. And you don't, like I said, you don't have to worry about getting all the way down in there. Just the top will be fine. And what that will do is that will keep things from getting hung when you put them in and out of the pocket. It just makes it nice and flat. And I'll show you after I get through gluing it here. Miss an edge. Wish I had a nickel for every edge I missed. I'd be rich. I'll put my pen in my glue for a minute. Okay, so now what we have is a nice clean pocket instead of that big gusseted pocket. And I prefer that. And I did not notch this front pocket. I left it as it is because it is very accessible, and so I didn't think the notch was necessary. Now, another thing that is kind of cool is you also have a place right here that is open that you can, it's on this side, that you can put a little something down in, like if you wanted to put like a little journaling card or a little ticket, or you know, something that's not huge, it will fit. Like that was too deep, but you can see you've got a little slot right there that you could put something. So that's another little, like here's a ticket. You can put tickets down in there. You probably want to put a tab on those. Or you could cut something to that specific size to get in there. Let's see if this tag, I'm sure it's too deep, but see. So that's kind of cool. All right. What are we going to do for the closer? Let's see what we've got. I like this little bee. So I'm going to tear him out. I won't fussy cut him until I know for sure that's what I'm going to use. But he'd be kind of cool there. And actually, I could do something similar that I did here, except make the bee on there instead of the butterfly. And that would be really cute. So, what do I have that's tag-like? Nothing really that small in this kit, but I've got a million tags. You could also use a little, do I have a little tag somewhere close? One with a black border, preferably. I don't know that any of these are big enough. A wide one. There's one. Let's do that one. Okay, and I am going to back it one more time just to make it stiff enough to hold. Hold it down. And I just grabbed a random scrap because it's not going to show anyway. Okay, ink that up. Let's put a number on there. Okay, now we need to back this B so it's a little stiffer. But this basically is going to glue right here. So we can go ahead and glue that down. And hold it just for a second till it grabs. Okay. There we go. And now we're going to back our bee with something. I'm just going to use glue stick for this. Give it a kiss cut. We won't do a full fussy cut because we got those legs and stuff. Don't want to cut them off. Get rid of all the extra first. Sorry, I know this is exciting. It's dramatic feature of this film here. Watch me fussy cut. Speaking of films, I watched a good movie last night. Most of you probably have already seen it, but we don't watch a lot of movies. But it was Forgiven, I think is the name of it, with Sandra Bullock, where she's been in prison. Very good movie. It's on Netflix. We've tried to start watching more movies in the evenings. Usually we're watching some kind of sporting event. So we have a couple of series that we watch that are over for the season. So we're trying to find something else to entertain us. Till those come back. Okay, now let's think around that. Again, vintage photo. I'm just gonna kind of get rid of the white. And then we will glue that right there. And that will give us our closure for that. And then I'll probably do some other stuff to the cover too, but that's going to be our main thing there. Alright, so I think I'm going to stop there for now, and what I will be doing off camera is fussy cutting all the ephemera pieces that are going to go on the inside, and then in the next video I will show you how it all came together. Basically, you see how to construct it, and you know, I don't know that it's necessary for you to see me cut out all the pieces to put in the pockets and everything, as long as you know, you see the finished piece. But again, that's Angela Kerr on YouTube, and I will link the video of hers. Very good, Angela. I love it. So let me know, guys, what you think about this, and think, you know, if this is something you'd be interested in me continuing, and I will plan accordingly. And the next video you will see, even though I have already filmed it, will be Marguerite Miller on Tuesday. So until then, everybody stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.